Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. We're talking Bitcoin, CKB, and Voyager token. We will also take a walk through comment section land because I've been noticing a lot of comments flooding my inbox. Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Today we're talking Bitcoin, Voyager token, and CKB. We will also take a walk through channel comment land at the end of the video. Let's get into the bread and butter of what is going on right now with the market. Now, if you've been paying attention to my tweets, to my channel posts, you will see that I've been throwing out information around possible time sequence events that could be happening. Now, it looks like the one I put out last night, I said watch between 9:30 and 10:30. We might see the market move drastically. And this is what happened. We had a very nasty pivot point. We can see price action has shaped up a widening megaphone. So what does that mean exactly? Well, we might start seeing the price action become more volatile, more erratic as time goes on until it breaks free of this megaphone pattern. We also have a time sequence showing up at 10 a.m. this morning. So in 13 minutes, obviously this video is going to go live after this has happened, so we'll be able to see the results in the next video I do. But we know that around 10 a.m. Central Time in the next 12 minutes, that this thing might start moving. Now, it wouldn't surprise me to see some sort of descending triangle or some sort of symmetrical triangle forming, gearing up to this point. And what we can see is just that. We can see that there's a little symmetrical triangle forming at the end, and this is likely to go bearish in my opinion. So where are we headed next? That's a great question. These just really predict around the time price moves. We can see that the last example of this, we had a pivot point somewhere right in the middle of this channel. So I think it would be safe to assume that we might end up seeing Bitcoin drop down to around the $42,598, $600, $500 level. So that would be a good guess at a median range price where we might see this thing dip. Now we might be able to play the bounce on this as well and make a little bit of money there. With that said, it would not surprise me to see this thing go as low as 41,450 during this next time sequence session. Furthermore, the next time sequence showing up on the charts is September 9th, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. So something to keep in mind, folks, that we might be seeing the market kind of bounce like this, and it might come back up to this $45,000 level before it really goes off into the deep end, 40,000 or lower. We can definitely see that if we stick to this megaphone-ish kind of pattern where price action might ultimately lead. Until we break out of this pattern, we may see some very erratic things. Wouldn't surprise me to see, sub 40,000 in the next day at all. So with that said, that's kind of where we might be seeing the market go. And I just want to take a quick peek at the ending diagonal that showed up back in April, because there is a lot of similarities between this run here and this run here. We can see that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. And remember, we are looking for somewhat of a corrective wave to happen. And that's exactly what I'm on the lookout for right now. The only difference is we are really not seeing, this textbook correction yet. So it might be visible if we scoot back to like a 4-hour chart. I mean, you might be able to argue that this could be some sort of corrective wave like this. Who knows at this point? We just have to let time work itself out and play its course. So that's the short and skinny on Bitcoin right now. Let's look at it on a daily chart. Bitcoin is propped right on the 200 moving average. And if this thing breaks down through the 200, I think it will likely go through the 50 and probably come crashing down through this cloud. Just a guess. Last month, I was calling for a $23,000, $24,000 Bitcoin at the end of September. It could very well still happen. I'm not here trying to be the scary guy. I'm just calling it as I see it. When we look at the daily chart, though, we can definitely see a corrective wave happen here. And this may be what we are looking for with respect to that $23,000, $24,000 Bitcoin that I was kind of mentioning. Cardano, let's just look at this quick. Cardano's being kind of wrapped up. Let's see. Symmetrical triangle off a bear leg. I suspect Cardano will fall lower, possibly to this $2 level, $1.80 mark, where we might see it on the 12-hour chart meet this 200. Anything's possible there. I'm not going to spend much time on Cardano, but here is our baby, CKB, and this is one of my favorite coins, actually, of all time. And we can see this double retest of the 200 moving average on the 12-hour chart. It wouldn't surprise me to see this symmetrical triangle or something like that form along this 38.2, drop us down to the 50% line for one hard check. If it fails, it's down to 0.0122. If Bitcoin really crashes, I've been talking in the past weeks how we might see a sub-penny CKB. So with that said, if we go bullish from here, look for the possibility of a 0.0165-ish CKB at the top. For now, we're going to go 0.0135 on the lower end. Super low end, 0.0122. And the way Bitcoin is kind of shaping up right now, it's appearing that it's going to go bearish. So we might get another wick down in the next session. Next 12-hour candle prints in an hour. CKB, let's go over to Voyager token, and then we'll get into the comments section. One thing that I'm extremely alarmed about for Voyager token as one of my, it's quickly become one of my favorite tokens, primarily due to the community surrounding it. Big shout out to the VGX heroes. But one thing that's concerning me right now about the price action is this candle wick down to $1.11. Someone got rid of a big bag of coins, probably a very large account. I can guarantee you that if you go and look at Voyager Token's wallet, you might be able to determine, which wallet that was that dumped. But we can kind of see somewhat of a red spinning top. That's not good to be seen that right now. That usually will indicate something bearish is along the way. No surprise there. $2.41 if we go lower for Voyager token. That's at the 61.8. And then if things get real nasty, we may be on our way down to the $1.84 level. We can definitely see the corrective wave within Voyager token. So I personally have a buy set up at $1.65. I'm going to try to catch a candle wick down, but I'm not telling you that you should set that up. I only have a $1,500 buy set up for that price point. So with that said, folks, like I said, Voyager token to the high side, $3.22. Median range right now is where we are at. Hung up on this 50% retracement line at $2.82. $2.42, $1.85 if things get really bad here. But I'm not really seeing any hope right now for Voyager token. That's just an honest analysis. It's going to move with the market, whether we like it or not, even though we all know what a solid project this is. And if more people can buy in, we might see a lot more coins taken up. The supply will reduce. And the next time the market turns, we will see exponential growth, in my own opinion. So let's get into the comments section. I know this video is a little bit long, and at 10 o'clock, so in 4 minutes, if we still have the video up, we will check Bitcoin to see if it has made any moves. All right, so we are looking at the comments. Joy says first, okay, yes. So if you're looking to do business with me, you can go to the About section of my channel, and there is a business inquiries email address there. Looks like I've been getting asked this question a lot. Did I sell off my CKB? I have sold all of my holdings at this point. I do not hold any crypto right now. I did get out about an hour before the mega Bitcoin crash. The only CKB I am holding is about 10,000 CKB that were tipped to me, and I promised that I would never sell those, and those still remain staked in my Neuron Wallet, which they will be there forever. So let's see here. Looks like this Dot, I don't know what to call you, says he sold out every position except CKB. Okay, he's just going to keep adding to his bag. Leg down, buying and waiting time. I agree with that. I'm not so sure about the buying, but I'll wait to buy. What do I suspect in the short term? So for Bitcoin and long term for now. So short term, I'm expecting 40,000K. Bitcoin, long term, I hate to go out much farther than a couple months at this point. But if we're talking Bitcoin, I do suspect that we might see a $25,000 Bitcoin in the next month or two within. So, man, I wish I could be more of a help. Looks like market move in which direction? Golf for life comes in. These guys in their fib. So tired of hearing fib. Enough of this nonsense. Yeah, so we use Fibonacci to precisely dial in our trades. It's okay if you don't understand it. Hoping for 100K by the end of the year. A lot of people are, and I think a lot of these bigger channels have really misled investors in the crypto community, especially as to where the market is actually going in reality. And we'll get into that in just a second as well. Thanks for the heads up. No problem. Okay, we covered VGX. Okay, how do I feel about the sideways trading and CKB's little push? Again, I said, I'm not sold on the price action. I haven't bought back in. I still haven't. And I do think we are in to see a bigger correction. Oh, man. Let's see here. CKB was printing a nice cup and handle on the 4-hour, and CKB really broke that handle off, though, once Bitcoin crashed. I was in VGX Heavy, second tier, sold at 4. Okay. Ergo, I've looked that up. I tried looking up ERG for you, Urban Hick, and I couldn't find anything on that. So here's another question. People are asking me this question a lot, if I've liquidated my holdings, and yes, I have. And I did it before the crunch. Thank you for the kind words. Also, great to see you on the Patreon as well. Marcos, appreciate that, brother. Let's see. This guy's having Neuron Wallet problems. I wish I could help on that, but Elizabeth Allen crushing it with this comment. When people discover the real scope of nervous network and truly understand the technology. Man, I couldn't have said that better. It's really a sleeping giant, and I do think that we will be seeing CKB on the horizon in the future. Let's see here. Not going to sell before $1. I admire that. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Let's see here. Love these updates. Okay, I'm just kind of appreciate the share on Twitter, Strika. And I do apologize, folks, that I have not been able to get to all of these comments. It's just I try to whatever kind of pops up in my feed at the time, I try to answer the questions if I can. But if it's going crazy, I got Twitter, I got Telegram, I got all sorts of other things that are blowing me up. So yeah, that's it for the comments section. Let's see. Yeah, we got some scammers in here. But let's go ahead. It is now 10:02, and let's just kind of see what's going on with Bitcoin. We may be seeing a bounce up to recheck the top of that megaphone before we head down. That is just a guesstimate here. So we will look at this on a 15-minute chart. Okay, so looking more like 10:15-ish. Bear with me 1 second here. One thing I hate about TradingView is that when we switch from like an hour-long chart to 15-minute charts, it adjusts lines and things like that. So unfortunately, it looks like this time sequence was telling us that we do have some bearish action moving to the downside. We can definitely see the symmetrical triangle that is forming now off this bear leg, and this is a full body candle pointing downwards, meaning that the bears are pushing it down. Bears are pushing it down. Bulls are fighting it back up a little. I suspect if we bring this down to like a 5-minute chart, here we go. We can definitely see that there is definitely some triangular formations that were made. But we might just be kind of working our way over to this time sequence where we could drop off. Again, you can see what I'm talking about. Time sequence is being moved as I go through the charts. So if you are using time sequence and stuff like that, that's something to be aware of. But with that said, folks, nothing's really starting to move quite yet, but we are on the cusp within the hour of a major market move. I'm feeling that way right now. Stochastics are kind of in a position right now where we might see a move to the downside once again. We can kind of see where we were yesterday. RSI was kind of in the ballpark. Stochastics were in the same ballpark where we might see this gentle move to the downside. I'm thinking 42,000 is in order by tonight. So thank you to all the Patreons. I realize that this is a 20-minute long video, and that is a huge consumption of your time. But I want to just thank you all for sticking around, for those of you that are still with me at this point, because this is me trying to be as real with you as possible, not trying to sell you that $100,000 Bitcoin narrative if I don't see it. So if you've got these channels that are misleading you like that, be very careful with the information that you take in from them. That's all I'm going to say on that. But big thanks to all the Patreons. We have picked up at least 3 new Patreons this week. So thank you all. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, it's $3 a month. I may or may not release another video today, but you can always head over to my Twitter feed and my YouTube channel community section where I am active. So I wish everyone the best of luck during these turbulent times, and we'll catch you guys later.